Since the beginning of the year 1945, the Red Army has advanced far into Germany. Pushing hard toward Berlin and into Prussia, progress is slowest in the north, where the Soviets meet stiff resistance from what is left of Army Group Center. But in late January, the Soviets already reached the coast to the west of Danzig, surrounding Army Group North in two major pockets. By the end of January, Konisberg is almost isolated. Day by day, the grip of the Red Army tightens. Well over 100,000 terrified civilians and refugees remain in the city, yet no preparations for evacuation are being made. The Germans seem set to defend to the last. Then, in early April, the Soviets start an artillery bombardment that lasts for 4 days. On April 6th, the bombardment finally ends and the attack starts. The Red Army storms the city from all sides and in massive numbers. They break line after line until they reach the inner city. In this mission, you will be leading your troops into Königsberg. The Germans have turned the city into a fortress. They have built strongholds everywhere. You must take these out first and then take the railway station. As soon as both are secure, you can advance into the city center. You will have to take out the old fortress Havelberg, which dominates the old city gate. You will receive heavy artillery to deal with the fortress as soon as it can be spared. Get ready to storm Königsberg. Good luck.
Welcome back, Commander. Let's get down to the business of this little war, shall we? Clear the factory area and the rail gate. Another dirty job. Love it. Look at these big boys. Riding on their tanks. Let's have a look at the fellas. Are you smiling? Are you laughing? I noticed they've got German anti-tank weapons. Panzerfaust. And body armour. Always a bonus. Except for the medics, don't seem to be wearing them. So here we are. Dismount. We'll team up and we'll get straight to work. I'm going to start on the left front, on the left side, and go and try and clear out this factory. I'll be a bit of an explore. So have a nosy around the corner, see what we can see. Alright, the first thing we can see is a flipping tank coming this way. Great. It's one of those Czech tanks. I can't remember its name. Czechoslovakian. So what we'll do is, in case that comes out the same way the men went in, and have now retreated out, we'll set the tanks up in a line so that anything that comes through that gap in between the buildings, where we just had a nosy, that chases them, hopefully the tanks will polish it off pretty quickly. Right, let's have another look, see if it hasn't come out of its own accord, so let's go. Oh no, it's right there, it's right there, it's right there, let's go over away. Doesn't seem to be coming this way, look, seems to be not interested. Life of me, I can't remember what type of tank that is. It does have a name, and I can't remember it. It'll come to me. Where is it? Can't see it. So maybe we could flank around the back. We've got bazookas, so you know, maybe we can get behind it and bazooka it. Here it comes again. Let's hide. Let's get off the street. Oh, thanks, got it. Okay, nice. A plan that worked. So let's go straight through the gap where we are now. See those red dots on the mini-map? Let's go and shoot them. Find some cover. It's not a very protected spot. Let's get some cover and have a gunfight. This was quite a long play session. This was 3 or 4 hours long, so I cut out as much of the running towards objects. The things seem to be randomly teleporting towards cover, going a bit fast, just because I'm trying to squeeze it all into smaller frames. So look on the right, look on the right. There's another tank coming. Let's get these guys turned around, ready to face it. There it is, just up behind my mini-map, up there in the top centre. On that tree. There. And it's shooting at the big T-34. That's a top-end T-34 with a 85mm gun. Means it should be a bit up armoured. It should be a bit tougher than the ones we've been seeing before, both in terms of kill power and armour. I wonder why that one's got a white stripe and the other one hasn't. T-34-85. And this tank destroyer, let's get him out, see if he can have some pops. There it is. Take a shot. Missed. Damn you. We take cover. Oh no, he's taking the tank care. So it's focused on the tank destroyer, which means let's get the other guns into play. Oi! Hey! Right. 2 tanks down. So, with that done, let's get back on with our little assault into the that distraction. Let's get these guys to take some cover and start creeping their way into the centre. Oh look, it's defended. Don't seem to be heavily armed, these German troops. They don't seem to have heavy machine guns or the like. Or SDGs or... Oh, they've got submachine guns. If we, let's try and get line of sight on them, an angle, take away their cover. Oh. It was point blank with somebody just behind the wall. We can't see him from this angle, but he's right next to us. Shot. 1 in the factory, 2 in the yard, and that's a mortar. If you look at the mini-map, you can see the circle emanating from where it's firing from. Don't really like to sit around getting mortared. That's a good way to lose your entire team. At the same time, we've got a job to do. So let's get up to here and in. That was a bit fast, wasn't it? That was a bit of a teleport. And we're going to go on the other side, come through it. That. Oh, and we win. Now, I'm going to try and take out that mortar. I don't... give it a stab, see what happens. So we thrust up there and we'll just pop in here and get some more bullets out of this truck. On the other side of the water, you might be able to see a trench line on the bank on the other side. No, okay. So we're going to charge in here and from there straight into this building. And then hopefully, the building's got windows, we'll be able to hopefully shoot the mortar. See on the minimap, dots on the left hand side of the river? So we're going to get essentially rush, hell for leather. We're not going to stop in the gunfight, just going to go straight for the mortar. I want to do it from inside the building. I think it's not much of a roof, but so there it is. We can see them through the window. Got one, got two. None of us died. That's a win. And then we'll have a little explore. Down up on the left, this is the road that leads from where we started to where we have to go. And we can hear an anti-aircraft. I think that's an anti-aircraft tank. I think it's like some kind of werewolf nerf type thing. A machine gun, some infantry, and an anti-aircraft tank. I'm not going to fight from that position at all. They've got cannons, tanks, machine guns. Might as well steal some bandages though while we're here, eh? Can't beat looting the dead. Sure, will come in handy. I'm not going to bother taking their weapons. Not that worried about ammo yet. So I might have a little look out here, just see if we can get some opportunity kills, see if we can take something out. Some troops on the other side, and real close, right there, right next to us. So that's a cannon, that's an anti-aircraft gun. There's two tanks. Another one like we just, like the first one we fought. The Czech one, whose name I can't remember. And then some kind of werewolf nerfer. A cannon, a heavy machine gun. Not up for it. We've completed that task. Gonna head back to the start point and go up the other side of the map, and while we're here we'll nick the mortar and bring that back too. So yeah, apologies if I'm skipping through it a bit fast, but as I say, I've got a lot to get through in today's instalment. So here we all are back at base. The mortars come in, the troops will have a little rearm, the mortar will have a little reload. It's only got 30 rounds in that mortar, and I've only got one ammo truck, and I don't want to lose it. So we started assaulting down this road on the right. We'll just go from cover to cover up to here. Gap in the buildings. If anything shoots, we'll shoot back, unless we have to run. We get up to here, like, keep the pace going. Take that wall, see what we can do. So again, anti-aircraft gun firing at us. Let's move left so it hasn't got an angle on us. And up the top, in the sandbags at the top there, that's some kind of cannon. It's also firing at us, so maybe it's an anti-aircraft gun. I don't know. Either way, not a particularly safe place to stand. So take whatever opportunity kills we can get, and then bring the mortar in, I think. Now the mortar is the artillery is hideously inaccurate when someone hasn't got line of sight. When firing into the fog of war, the artillery is not very accurate at all. It basically misses more than it hits. Once we get line of sight, it becomes pretty tight. So what we'll do is get out of line of sight now until the mortar gets here. And then when it does, we'll go and stick our head up again and spot for it. France up in... not confident. Have a quick little peeky boo, see what's up here. Alright, that's the anti-aircraft tank firing at us again. I'll be able to take out a few. Right, I've just ducked down. I don't want to get my head blown off, so we're just lying down. We'll escape from that firing position. by belly crawling out, and then we'll head back to where we were earlier and get the mortar team to come and support us. So hang out about there or something. Get some pot shots while we wait for the mortar. We're gonna nobble another one. So here he is. I couldn't get him through the tank trap, so I had to manually control him. He wouldn't walk. Couldn't bring this mortar out on his own. Needed a superior brain. And luckily he got mine. This doesn't seem to be working very well. Come on, you can do it. So wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Come on. That's the one. So we got them up and we'll just set them to go and reload for a second. As I said, they've only got 30 rounds. He's only got one left out of 30, so I put him in there to reload. And once he's done, we'll bring him out to engage the two emplacements, the two gun emplacements that were giving me trouble in the courtyard ahead. We'll only have 30 rounds to do it with, so I don't really want to just sit there and spam in the dark. I want to line them up with line of sight for some accurate fire. I'm also going to bring this tank up. I sort of think there's some opportunity kills you can get down that street to the left. Well, I don't want to advance him. He's going to shoot right from the back there. I don't want to advance him into... You know, there's at least one cannon and a tank down there. So this is me blind firing into what's definitely an anti-aircraft position. And it's just not going very well. So I've tried it. It didn't work. I wasted a lot of ammo. I must have fired 5 to 10 shots off like that. Let's get line of sight and change the game. And now he's got line of sight, things should improve. Ah, he's lost it. He's already hit the top cannon, look. He's taken that out in his first shot. Didn't even notice he'd done it. Got rid of those two that are camping behind that. Alright, come on, let's have another look. Oh, yes, we'll get shot at. Be quick, mortar. It's close. And there's a go. I'm watching these shots going on the mini-map. Sandbags away. Alright, silenced. So with that complete, I'm going to send the mortar back to our start point where the ammunition truck is, and they're going to rearm. Obviously I'd want to use them, I want to use the mortar later, so stick them in there and you can reload. That'll bring the ammunition truck up here, and it's just not safe. I'd lose it and I'll have no ammo and I'd be very sad. I did want to go in there and clean them out, but the anti-aircraft tank's got line of sight on it, so I'm not going to do that. Something's just hit my tank. Remember this kind of flanker tank I put down? I'm going to pull him back. Oh look, right at the top on the mini-map there's a cannon firing us right at the top of that street, all the way up here. Anti-tank gun. So I'm going to work out a way to deal with him. Probably, I'm thinking, a duel with mobile artillery. I just don't think I can get troops up there. I think it's too well defended. You know, through that. I think if they were to go in here, I might give it a little try, but they're just going to get slaughtered by the... Not so much the troops, but the anti-aircraft tank and the cannon between them. See, it's firing at us even now. But we've got some decent cover behind this wall. If I went the other way and tried to flank that, I think I'd just get mercilessly slaughtered. So I'll bring the mortar back, see if he can... now he's reloaded. See if he can do some support fire. But mainly I think this is a job for mobile artillery. I think it's a job for the 152, the SU 152. Right, the mortar's going to work on this roadblock. Since that's in range and it's seen them, I'll let it do its thing. And it's firing from behind a building, so there's not much chance of it getting blown up. This is Konisberg. I'm not really sure where Konisberg is. You tell me in the intro, but I've forgotten already. You can inch a bit further forward there without getting shot at. See what you can do from there, mate, and we'll go and spot from suicidal as that might be. Let's have a quick look. I think this is the wrong place to stop. I think that's where the anti-aircraft gun starts firing. Tank down firing, cannon. And there's the aircraft, yeah, so let's break contact. See if the mortar can just finish off what we started. I know sometimes if I manually click them on so the artillery on a unit to kill, when he loses line of sight, the artillery keeps firing anyway. It's got it's got a mental note of where it is and just keeps blasting in the dark into the fog of war. And other times it stops and I can't work it out. Oh, I think he's going to find that's pretty clear. It might also be the case that the anti-tank gun and the artillery can't see me anymore because I haven't got their fog of war has been beaten back by us killing the outlying infantry. Let's risk one man. Who's going to be a hero? You have hero written all over you. Get over there, hero. See if he can find us something to mortar. There's some infantry. There's the anti-aircraft tank. And we'll stick him at that. So there's the cannon, we've spotted it. I think it's not in range of the mortar, or is it? No, it's in range of the mortar. So he's just going to keep spotting, and I think the mortar will deal with it. It's firing a bit wild, so I think that would improve. His accuracy would greatly improve if I had another peek. Oops, oh, well done. But I also think that there's a strong chance every time I do peek that a cannon shell will hit and it would just take me out in one. It wouldn't be a case if I'm damaged I can creep around the corner and bandage, I'd just be gone. But let's do it anyway. See if we can get another peek. Oh, that's it. Got it. Look, it's mannable. Give me the icon saying I can man it. Right. So, next target is going to be the anti-aircraft tank. I think we'll send. We've got a tank down here. He should be able to pop it, shouldn't he? Shouldn't be able to do much against that big T-34. Let's bring these guys up. See if they can clean out some infantry. As far as possible I want the infantry shot so they just don't have any anti-tank weapons, so they're not bazookaing, hand grenading, or just as bad, creating line of sight for the bigger weapons at the back. So here comes the tank. He's going to try and duel that anti-tank. parking behind this wall serve as some kind of cover. I don't know how many rounds that wall will stop, but it'll probably stop one. Right, give me line of sight, boys. Go and do your suicide. Oh, no, he's right there, like you can see. Oh, it's hit. Good. And stopped it. Still hasn't stopped it. I don't think it's having a good day, let's face it. That's it. Done it. That's capturable. So boys, get out there and have a gunfight. See you can destroy. It must be close to finishing the objective. Oh yeah, we've done it. So we've got a new objective. Oh, that tactics. What is that called? Esper? No. Now we've got to get in there and save them. It's not clear. The path from here to those units is not clear. There's at least one tank up there. And I think there's probably another anti-tank gun as well. So I'm going to take it fairly slowly. Build a line of tanks and then advance up the road with the troops in front, giving me line of sight. I can't remember the name of that tank, but it is made by Skoda. It is a Skoda tank. Tigers are Porsches, but yeah, that one's a Skoda. So here's a flanker tanker. The first emplacement is just a machine gun. That's it, right there, getting shot at. And those trees that are falling down. It's like an MG42 or something on a tripod. Just manning it. But yeah, the faster I get up there, the better. It is important to save the green guys, the green dots on the map. It is important to save them. Keep moving. Water's doing its thing. Move the tank line up. I'm going to move the mortar behind this kind of rubble on the left, so we've still got some kind of hard cover. Move the tank destroyer, mobile artillery, and that fella. T-34-85. I do like T-34-85s. They're probably still in use today. Certainly the Afghan army had some. They invaded Afghanistan the other year. A decade, I suppose. Those are in service. Right, so there he is. Survived, yes it did. Wonderful. And that looks like a gun emplacement. Yeah, look, so that's going to go on fast. Hetzer, that's the name of the tank. A Skoda. A Hetzer. Or an ex-Hetzer, yeah. So hopefully, my mobile artillery will be able to absolutely ace that cannon. Yes, it's a cannon flying everywhere. That's the kill. So now we're pretty good. Now I'm pretty confident we can move right up to this gap between the railway lines. You see it's a collapsed railway bridge? The avenue underneath it. That's where we're going to go. Oh no, something's still alive. Didn't kill the tank gun. I don't know what I exploded then. It's damaging. No, it's only knackered, that one. They're repaired, boys. Over a cup of tea. It's Russians drink tea? Soviets? It's just vodka, isn't it? There is no hot drinks, no cafe. They've got no coffee, no tea. Just vodka. Obviously they haven't now, but they're not very colonial drinks, if you see what I mean. Tea came from India, perhaps China, and then coffee came from probably Caribbean or something, Americas. So I don't associate either tea or coffee with the Soviet lands. Who knows if they had hot drinks? Couldn't have had hot chocolate, don't associate chocolate with them either. There is another ammo truck up in that factory on the left that we opened. At some point I'll want to rescue that once I think it's secure and we can get it out. But there are, on the opposite water bank, on that railway bank, from the water, there's guys in trenches. I want to drive an ammo truck past an open trench line. I want to get that cleared out before we try and capture the ammo truck. This looks like a good spot for the mortar. Plenty of cover. Don't know if it's got range to hit the red dots in front of the green dots from there. Probably not, but I'll give it a go. Get the ammo up to supply him. Stopped him just for a second to chuck one extra round in the tank killer. Some kind of get that infantry up with mortar real quick because he's quite exposed up there. The guy with the machine gun could. Let's get that repaired before it explodes. Out of ammo, so let's send them over there. I'm going to bring these guys up and just keep nudging forwards. So those first two trenches on either side of that gap seem done. I want to charge through that gap, but first I want to run a tank down the left and clear out the trenches so that I can steal the ammo truck. These guys can have that trench. That's a good spot for them. Here he comes, like. Down the trench. And he's machine gunning it. While he's finishing that last one off, let's find a lone guy. You look lone. Get in there and take it. And then if you have a little regroup, bring that tank back. And we'll try and bust through this. Whoops, trapped me in my tank. Need a tank trap. So sneaky. Put my mortar up a bit more aggressively there. Look, again behind this bank, so that things can't shoot him. The red assault on greens on the top right seems to have stalled. No, I didn't stop it. Yeah, it wasn't me. It wasn't me! That tank is unmanned. Okay, that's good news. That's the ammo truck. Let's rescue it and bring it back to rearm some stuff. Kind of a weird ammo truck, this one. I'm going to have a look at it. It's got tracks, not wheels. It's got caterpillar tracks, not wheels. Four independent caterpillar tracks. Maybe it's a half track. Not sure. Anyway, it's definitely got caterpillar tracks. Kind of weird for a lorry. Now, over on the right, in amongst the greens, is a red marker on the mini-map. It's a tank. And I daren't just run out the edge of that. That's a half-track. It's a half-track truck. Half-track truck. I daren't just run the two tanks, or all four of these tanks, out the end of that underpass. Because there's a tank waiting out there. There he is. So I'm nervous of him. I'd like to zap him, but now I reckon, I hope you agree, they haven't got line of sight, so let's find out. Let's have a little experiment. I don't think he's got line of sight. I think we can mask behind that sort of almost destroyed housing block, or whatever it is, tower block. He's not firing, right? So far so good. So if that's working, we'll bring everything else up as well. Fire support. And he's our next target. That red tank. I'm going to find a way to take him out. Move the troops up in some covering positions and generally advance. Let's try that mortar up there. Now let's get him in closer. Move behind that. Let's give him some cover. I think there's something on the other side of the underpass. There's can't see it, but somebody can. Making my 152 gun do really stupid things, like stare at the wall. I think he's done. Oh look, there's some kind of gun emplacement up behind that anti-tank on the road ahead. So I'll get these guys off the road so the other trucks, everything can drive past them without advancing too far, so I'm still nervous of the angle on tanks on the map. Okay, I can manually drive him. It was fun. Yeah, that fella, he's... What's doing that? Maybe the mortar? Yeah, it's the mortar. Oh, look, left hand side tank, what is it? Oh, it's a naval worker of some description. These boys should be able to cope with that, I'd have thought. Whirlwind? Is that what we call them? Black Panzer. Whirlwind. Naval Werfer's the rocket artillery, isn't it? This is a whirlwind. Great language, German. bad idea, mate. You shouldn't have done that. He also, when he exploded, took out a load of defenders behind the walls around him. He was a catastrophic cluster. F. I'll try not to swear. I don't like swearing anyway, not because I'm a school teacher by trade. I don't like swearing because it gets me in trouble at work, gets me the sack mainly. So I try and keep my swearing to a minimum. And also YouTube are changing their rules so that you're not allowed to swear in YouTubes. Well, not in the first 10 seconds or whatever. They're asking us to clean our language up. So, if you catch me swearing, where's the issue with me? So I want to fix up this tank for starters. I'm getting shot at from a barricade across the road in the street, and also there's roof campers up in the windows of this house with the German flags on. What I really want to do is sneak down the wall with my bazooka and blow up the tank. That's my priority mission. That's our first target. He's run out of ammo, so I'm going to try and get him to repair this tank. He's got nothing better to do, right? So this guy, I want to shoot him inside with the bazooka. I'm a bit worried that if I run a man along that wall to get him, he'll get shot by everybody here. By these guys by the barricade. These guys in the windows. It's making me nervous. As you can see, it's also running me out of ammo fighting them with like machine pistols at that range. They're just... So sooner or later I'm going to have to go for it. Okay, all these guys with no ammo. I mean, I could get them to loot dead bodies, but they've just become tank crew, saving me the effort. So he's got the Panzerfaust. I don't know where he got it from. I'm hoping he's willing to use it, as long as nobody kills him on the way. So yeah, he's right out in the open, he's really exposed. Not so much the tank's not looking that way, but the infantry are overlooking him from the building across the road. Run, hit and run, boy. Just hit it, looks done, man, is that right? I'm pretty sure it's unmanned now. Ah, they got out and got back in. Okay. So, next phase of the mission complete. We've saved the Greens. And I'll set them up to keep repairing and having a shootout across the street while we get briefed on our next task. Here we go. The Habsburg Gate. The Habsburg Fortress, did he call it? Don't know. Look, there's an 88 on top. Good intelligence. This, look. One of those King Tiger things that isn't the King Tiger, that's a mobile gun. And some toys. Stalin's hammers. So we had Stalin. I know what a Stalin organ is. Didn't know these are called Stalin's hammers. Good. I like to drop the hammer on the enemy. 3 of them. Plenty of ammo. Got some tank support with them. Look, 2 big row of infantry along the front of that wall. And we've got these 2 big boy tanks, IS-2s, 122mm guns, heavy armour. And we've also, I think, down the back, they've given us, just coming in on the mini-map, you see them just coming in from the south. I think they've given us 3 more IS-2 152 mobile artilleries. They're slightly different to the one we've been using in that they've got a machine gun on the top. Like a anti-aircraft gun or something. Sticking on the top that can be used. Okay. I would like him to go to essentially shoot everything on the other side of that road, and then get a better, if he hasn't killed everything in the windows, get a move across, get a better angle on it, finish everything in the windows. There's something shooting them. I don't know what. I guess it's the guys in the windows. I thought I heard an explosion. Looks like there's only one left. The tank's letting him have it. I'm going to move that tank down to there, see if he gets it. I can get a better angle on it. Alright, what can we bring up? Let's just bring these. Let's just start bringing everything forward. This is all the formerly Green Army. Gifted me a tank and some infantry. I guess had we been able to keep more of them alive, we'd have more tanks and more infantry at this point. When I replay this, and I will replay this, I'm going to play it different. For example, I'm going to siege over the top. I'm not going to go down that underpass. I'm going to go over the top, and I'll probably take everything out with infantry before completing both of the first objectives. Look at him with his flamethrower tank. Yay! Yeah, I do replay all of these maps and enjoy them, but this is the first playthrough. This is the virgin one, so I don't really know what's going to happen. When I play through them again, you know, there won't be any surprises. I'll be acing it a bit more because, frankly, I know what's coming and where things are. But not this time around. The first time, this playthrough, all these maps you're seeing me play, I've never seen them before. Virgin runs. Right, so he's good to go. Obviously I've accelerated time a bit, so this took quite some time to get everything staged and all the things repaired. Everyone running all the way across the map and all that stuff. I fast forwarded through that rather than show it to you. I'll sit you here for half an hour watching me micromanage. It's got a nice formation on there. I'm going to dismount, lads. Dismount all the troops and we'll stick them in that trench. Yeah, so these, I don't know if you can see from this height, but those mobile artilleries, they've got a machine gun on the roof, sticking out the top, sticking out the hatch. While the ones we've been having in the previous maps and the one we started this map with don't. Other than that, it says IS 152, same as the other, the same identifying numbers. Now, as we turn and rotate this guy, watch how his turret stays on target. He's counter turning the turret as I turn the body. Nifty. Now, the reason he can do that is he's got a very fast turning turret. None of the tanks, none of the Russian tanks seem to be able to do that. So there's this. I want to have a look at this city block. Look, this block of flats up here. Oh, there's something up here that's attracting the ire of the mobile artillery. Some kind of cannon, maybe. Machine gun. Machine gun yesterday. I've just run away infantry onto the machine gun. Not firing it though. So maybe I'll just try and get him and grenade it. Oh, they're firing now. Into a line. Oh, no. Oh, the guy's almost dead. Come on, get out of here. Right, lucky to survive that one, but we have. Take cover, boys. Yeah, that's fair enough. So that's how we're going to deal with it. We're going to try out the Stalin's hammer. What could go wrong? Don't have to move slow. It's not really a very rapid response cannon. Right, shots away. That's done the job. Let's take out machine gun point. Let's go and have a look. Let's see what's over. Let's see what we can find. Oh, I found the infantry. That's Stalin's hammers firing. They almost killed my infantry. And they certainly removed all the cover I was about to hide behind. Well, you know, they're dead. The enemy's dead. That's what counts, right? Alright, so on the right hand front, we're going to try and advance around this next corner. See what we're up against. Immediately we're on point blank on two guys to our left. You see them behind the sandbags on our left, next to the white shack. Shooting a hand grenade or something in. Cannon? Don't know. Don't like it anyway. Don't like getting bombed. I'll have a look at that a bit later. Let's have a quick nose down here, see if we can kill those guys down on the left, down on the down the courtyard there with all the sandbags and stuff. Also might provoke something, you know, we might find a nasty position, anti-tank gun or a... Oh, behind us. Where? Ah, here, against the wall. Above the icon of the submachine gun. Okay. And yeah, couldn't get much out there. Keep trying to shoot this guy in the top right hand window. Jeez, but I mean, not getting anywhere with that guy. I've had guys shooting him for ages, tried flamethrowing him. Oh, just nothing. He's up there and he's annoying me. That was the big hammers. Stalin's hammers, taking a few shots at I don't know what. Trying to send these infantry down a couple of rows. See what I can find. Meanwhile, this is the, so, flamethrower guy. The guy who's annoying me, right up here in the top right window where I'm aiming. Hasn't burnt to death. I filled his room with... He's just... He's fine, like, you don't care. It's going over his head. He's crouched, he's ducked down and crouched down, and it's not getting him. Set fire to the tree. In the old Men of War, you could set fire to buildings and eventually they'd burn down after ages, and anyone who's stayed inside burnt down. So I've tried to set this alight, but I'll set the tree outside alight, but not the building. So I'll try burning the floor below. Hope that the flames will go up. No, it's not. The line of sight was confusing me. I was thinking that burning tree was actually flames inside the building. It's not, is it? I've got 15 out of 50 seconds left of fuel, 15. And that's it. I'm out of fuel. He didn't get flamethrowed out of the building. Oomph. Great. Fail. That plan was a failure. So I've sent him over to the unmanned building, the unmanned tank, to fix it and crew it, because he's got no ammo. But he's triggered this fella. He's triggered that Puma. Thankfully, the anti-tank, all the tank, he triggered them to drive in front of all those tanks, and they've killed it. Him, yeah, he triggered that. Right, he's going to fix that up. Hopefully not die, but it's also giving us a bit of line of sight and being provocative with his toolkit. Wiggling his spanner. Shoot me, kind of a way. Ooh, a bit too close to that one. I don't know if I like or don't like that the camera shakes when the bombs land near you. Because it's wildly uncontrollable. It doesn't just shake a little, it shakes a lot, and you can't stay on track of whatever it was you were looking at. Nibble advance, nibble forward. See if we can give some cover to that guy who's all out there on his own, like fixing that, his empty gun, fixing up that fine set of tank wheels for us to play on. At some point they'll have to move forward, but I do kind of like that spot. Just think it's picturesque. They don't have in this game. If I fire from a height, I don't have an extended range. I don't get a height advantage for being added to my range, which is a shame. So I'm going to try and bomb this guy out with Stalin's hammers. I'm just going to try and see if I can even hurt that building. Right, I can definitely hurt that building. It's taken a huge chunk of it out. I've got 3 of them. Let's try some blasting. Let's blast him out. I mean, to be honest, we could probably just leave him there, carry on. He's aiming the wrong way, never coming back this way, but let's get rid of him. Missed an entire city block. Hey, hello. They call me the worst shot in the village, by the way, down the local pub. That's what happens to me when I walk through the door. Yeah, it's the worst shot in the village, and then everybody laughs at me. That's, that's... Unfortunately, that's true. But I could probably hit a tower block if I tried. Just saying. Let's start making use of these guys. Don't know what to do with them yet, but certainly there, that'll do. Certainly get them into play. Use them at some point. Despite having really big tanks, this is predominantly using the infantry. And I'll just tell them to go there, and then we'll do something else while they get there. So, reloaded. Time for another round of shoot bats. Got it. Nice. I got him. I dealt with him. Okay, we'll have a little look-see. See what's down here. See if we can find some more friends to play with. Oh yeah, a couple of them. And there's a cannon fire with me, so I'm not going to stick around. I did man that German captured machine gun. You see a little triangle up on the mini-map to the left of where we are now. I haven't had much luck with them getting to actually fire it. And that's actually been a theme of the game. I've had the same thing in other missions, in the static machine gun nests. I just aren't doing me any favour. I can't get them to even shoot. Later on, when I play the skirmishes, I'll man that. I'll find out more about them. I don't know if you remember the skirmishes in Men of War Assault Squad, but as you captured the first line, it spawned you a couple of machine gun points, and they were really effective. You know, one heavy machine gun emplacement could reliably take out an infantry squad that came to attack it. I haven't had any such luck in this iteration of the game. Essentially. Okay, so there's a machine gun on the upstairs of that broken house. I think there's a cannon down beneath it to the right. I'm going to place the heavy artillery in between the house and the, I think, artillery point, in the hope that it just gets some of these trenches down there or something. So I was hoping we've got something, but I think we've got nothing. Let's see, have another look, see what's happened. Machine gun's still there. So I'll probably withdraw again. If I can get in before I do. That's the machine gun up there on the upstairs. So I'm going to get the hammer of God. The hammer of Stalin. Some rounds into there. Doing it manually. All three of them. And we'll just do something else while they reload. Like, have a little recce down here. See what we can see over there. Is that a machine gun? Seems to be exposed. We'll pull them back again. And then what we'll do is we'll bring this tank down and see if he can side snipe those machine guns. We can cover that building. Seems to be got a good bead on them. To it. And this chap, let's put him down here. Let's see if he can join in as well. Looks like this guy, he's repaired, but he's run out of toolkits. But the gun still works and the turret works. He's got the turret working. Let's see what he can do. Yeah, it seems quite effective. Right, I might leave him to it. Seems to be doing a good job. Nothing seems to be shooting back. Just a matter of time, I think, with those two machine gun emplacements. So, what can we advance next? What's our next target? Probably still want to take out the machine gun in the house, in the top story of the house on the left. Certainly holding me still, slowing me down. Because I do want to. I want to scout with infantry basically. I want to get past them. Now something's hit this tank. You see, it's got the track taken out. I don't know what. There's something that can hurt tanks out there. I don't know where it is or what it is. So what can I do now? Look, there you go. On the minimap, just about there. That's him. So he's a target for Stalin's hammers, but they're out of range. So I'm going to have to advance these. I'm going to have to move them forwards. We've now got to the I was wondering if it would, but yeah, the whole map is not in range. I've got to move them forwards. So I'll stick them up there. That's a fairly neutral spot. And then you guys can repair. Both of those tanks need some work. They've only got one toolkit between those two tanks, so maybe they both won't get repaired. Maybe it will run out. So we're going to move these things up, and then we'll move the trucks up, and generally we'll have a big push forwards. Now, I couldn't get them up that slope. Who is surprised? So instead, we'll have them here. A bit further forward than I'd have liked. But that's a fairly strong point. There's a lot of tanks there. So because because I'm moving those that aggressively forward, I'm moving my tank line forward. These guys on the top, they're going to come down. What's going on there? Something's found us, or we've found something. Anti-tank cannon is engaging the tanks I'm putting forwards. There it is. Oh, it's more than just a tank cannon. I think they've got the tank cannon. It's another cannon. No, it's a heavy machine gun. And look at this fella. Look. Up there in the tank traps. That's that big Jag Tiger. That's what they call it. Oh, and it's dangerous. Look what it's done to the mobile artillery. Now that's not dead, but those guys, I'm going to decrew this and get them out so that it stops firing at them, because they're trapped and not going to do anything. Get out, 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 out. It's not dead, they can heal it. There's a man down there, we'll get a medic over to sort him out. And we'll get that repaired and the crew brought back to life, but we won't reman it until this fella has been destroyed by Stalin's hammers. Oh, and they're off. Third one hasn't got there yet, he's not set up. Here it comes. Half their ammo is depleted in these ammo trucks already. I mean, we haven't used a lot. So I haven't got infinite ammo with these guys. I can't just sit there and... Well, maybe I can just sit there and artillery every single enemy on the map. I'm not sure. I'm worried that I can't. It doesn't change that this guy's a prime target. I'd like to get infantry behind him with a bazooka. That'd work. But short of that, I don't want to nose on tank duel with him face off, you know, nose to nose. That would be a tragic mistake. So he's spotting that for us. Just generally have a bit of an explore down here. I want him to get line of sight for Stalin's hammers, although they are rather busy at the moment. I don't really have time to call them in. You might be able to get side shots, might be able to do something. Have a little experimental push. And we're going to retreat though. That's just, I can't deal with that cannon. A bit later on we'll open that up and we'll use those same guys to get me line of sight. And we'll artillery them. Right, let's see what's left alive. King Tiger, moving up the road from the northwest. That's where we're looking. We're looking northwest. Can't see him. I can't hear him. Maybe that's him. Maybe I can hear him. That sounded like an 88 firing. To lose men, look, the yellow body. Right, let's group these up in group 4. It's definitely got a tank. It's a turret fly off. Was it the Jagged Tiger or was it the King Tiger that I just never saw? Behind these sandbags where I'm clicking there's definitely a cannon there. I wonder if those explosions are close enough to knock out the crew. Don't know. I'll have to have a look. We'll explore later. I think that machine gun in the house is still there after all this time. Yeah, that little, you know, the upstairs house on the top left of the screen there. Yeah. Let's go to this wall, see if we can get some shots at it, or someone or something. We're almost killing it. Oh, no. Something's really killing us. Right, 3 dead. 3 guys in need of revival. Let's get into safety and then we'll call the medic over. Right, medic, come and heal. And we'll get the soldier's hammer, take another crack at that. That's some really bad shooting. That missed by a mile, missed by friendly fire. Killed the 3 guys. We called that fire support in to save. Brilliant. Right, fast forward into the future. Another shot. Just not getting on with those. We did actually shoot the last guy. So let's stick him in there. See if I can do it again. Yep, that's it. It's done. Got him. Should have done that right from the beginning, eh? Instead of artillery myself. So I'll have a little explore up here. We're up against this time. So look, that Jag Tiger's still there. What we blew up was obviously the King Tiger coming down the road that they warned us about that I never actually saw. Just kind of died to random artillery. Some sort of gun across the road, don't know what. Some trenches. It's painful to try and take that out with submachine guns from a mile away. Oh, they got it. Look, they got it. They got the King Tiger and it's capturable. You can have the Jag Tiger. We're kind of consolidating all the infantry now. We're going to do more thrust down the left with infantry. What should... Oh, hang on, there. There. So drop some arty on that. That's what's killing all my guys. And like this, mate. Now that I've got them grouped, now that I've got all of those big artillery pieces selected to button 3, they fire all 3 at once, and I like it. Alright, you can see that guy again. Oh, and there's somebody to the right down the bottom of the road too, so I'm just using him to light that. And once it's lit, I'm going to order the artillery to fire on it. Do you remember I was saying how if you click on it when it's in the fog, and if it goes into the fog of war after you clicked on it, the artillery sometimes still fires. Oh, never mind. It's done. So with that done, I think these 2 tanks can advance. And hopefully they'll kill whatever's at the end of the road on the right. Ahead of us, down there behind that brick wall. I think there's bobs of infantry. That's an 88. He's up there. He's on top of the. Let's get them into cover. Just hide, guys. Get behind there. We might make it, but give it a go. So yeah, on this fortress, there's one on top of there. I don't know if you were watching the. If you watched closely on the mission briefing, it showed you the 88 on that roof live. That's what's shooting us right there at that spot. Call the artillery in, see if they can deal with it. We'll get these guys. Yeah, he's going to make it. You're going to make it, man. Well done. Congratulations, you are alive. Yeah, so I want to push through town with these artillery, with these infantry. Well, mop up, so to speak. Get rid of whatever that is. What is it? It's a machine gun emplacement. I'd bring the artillery closer, but I don't think we need to. But tanks, there's still that 88 on the roof. Not much point. I could probably drive one all the way around. Get a free shot of that machine gun tower, but look, they've just killed it. So these hotels, or whatever they are, around the courtyard, they've all got men in the windows, roof campers. And oh, there's another cannon, there's a machine gun. Look, 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 look. Behind him, shooting in. He hasn't spotted. There. There. That's really dangerous. Now I've got some guys here. I need to run behind it. Run in there and shoot in the back. Actually, that probably would have worked, but see what we can do with this. Yeah, I think those screams are my screams. Let's see this guy's done. Hey, do love the flamethrowers. Nice. So now I know we've got a flamethrower. Let's burn. Let's burn everything. Let's burn all these infantry out the buildings. And get the medic to bring wherever he can back to life. Just work our way around these buildings, clean the windows out with the flamethrower. It didn't work for me the last time, but who knows? I mean, it's definitely shooting at stuff. Does Hollywood fall? On stunt dive. Right, that's the finale. That fort. And fight away in there. So I'll just stage up all the infantry and we'll go in. We're pretty much at time. This is the end of the DLC campaign for the Soviets, and once we've cleared that, we should have finished the map. I'd like to thank you for watching. I'm very pleased with the amount of people who've come and watched. Thank you so much. Please like so that more people come and see, and please subscribe if you want to see more. I've still got the German campaign DLC to go. That's another 4 missions, and the Finnish campaign, which I think is also another 4 missions. That's by, I still want to have that all done by the end of the month. I want to have a quick stab at Company of Heroes 3 then. But also got the skirmishes. If you're interested in skirmishes, I might record a few skirmishes. And after that, it's mods and stuff. But I suggest to you that Company of Heroes will come before. There'll be a short break for Company of Heroes at the end of the month. Thank you for coming. Nice to see you. Please come back for more. Victory. Haha. That's who's left on the map alive? No. Total carnage.